What is up guys, this is Tiro back with another video on the Redmi K20 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest CorvusOS on this device. Well, this ROM comes with two different variants, one includes the GApps and one does not include the GApps. I flashed the included GApps version and let me show you which build is this. And in the Android version, as you can see, this is the Corvus logo up top that you can see, and the Android version is 10 of course. Let me go back. The CorvusOS version is 7.5 Omen. It says official build for Rafael or Redmi K20 Pro, and the security patch is latest of July 5th 2020. And if I scroll down, we can see the stock kernel is Immensity Mi9 FOD kernel, and the build date is 30 July 2020. That is the latest one as of right now, and the SLNX status says enforcing. Let me go into the system panel. This is how it looks like. It does not have a system updater, but of course you can flash the latest build and just flash the fcrypt disablr, of course, if your storage is decrypted, and you can reboot without wiping anything if you want to update from the ROM. And talking about flashing the ROM, you can click on the card right there and watch that video to flash this ROM or any other ROM like Evolution X or something, but you can flash this same CorvusOS on the Redmi K20 Pro with that method. And here in the gestures, we have the system navigation gestures. Let me show you the settings. We do have this long gesture bar, pill bar over here, and as you can see, I have been using this. It is working fine. The pill bar is quite long right now, as you can see, and 2 and 3 button navigation is there too. We have adaptive playback, preventing ringing and stuff, and jump camera action. Let me go back to the front camera sound effects. We have the camera LED disabling option, and the front camera sound effects are there, but I usually keep it disabled, so yeah. Let me go back, and the stock keyboard on the GApps variant of this ROM is Google Keyboard or Gboard. As you can see, it says Gboard over there, so that is cool. We do not need to worry about privacy and stuff. Let me start off the things with the stock launcher here. The stock launcher over here is the CorvusOS launcher or Corvus launcher, you can say, and in here we have some customizations like this MISC settings, and the gestures are there, and as you can see, there is also this double tap gesture, so you can customize that, but by default it is set to screen off. And here we have the notification gestures, clear all on swipe down and stuff. And inside the home screen we have some customizations, show Google app and stuff is there, lock desktop, etc. But there is no option to disable this panel, this suggestions panel over here, which I am kind of disappointed about, but that's just nothing when compared to the pros of this ROM. Inside icons we have these kind of customizations, and again to the left we have this Google's Discover page. Swiping down gets you to the notification panel, swiping up gets you to the app drawer, and the widgets and stuff over here are working totally fine. That is not an issue. Everything is fast and fluid. Now the first thing that I like here is that the stock camera here is the ANX camera. That is the latest MIUI 12's kind of camera, and here as you can see, this is like how it looks like. It looks yellow, so that means it's the newer version, and you get all these things like the 48 megapixel mode and stuff. Everything works. Like, let me switch the 48 megapixel mode. Let's click a picture. Let me show you if it's actually a 48 megapixel picture, and as you can see, this is a 48 megapixel picture really. So let me go back from here. Let me show you the other things like switching between lenses and stuff. Very fast switching over here, as you are noticing. And inside video settings we have up to 4K 60 FPS option, and it is actually working fine for me at least, and I tested that, it is working. And for the front camera video settings, as you can see, we have up to 1080p 30 FPS, and if you notice the front camera, and as you can see, the light on the front camera does work fine, so that is not a problem. And this thing I like, that the ANX camera we get here by default. One more thing that is like quite interesting to me is that whenever you go into like any settings over here like this network, you see these kind of animations on top. If you're noticing, this is pretty unique. I haven't seen this in any other custom ROM. As you can see over here too, it shows an animation. Let me go to the display settings. Here as you can see, it shows the animations, and here as you can see, looks pretty beautiful, these kind of animations in my opinion. As you can see, even in location, it shows this kind of animation. Now let's move on to the like in-depth usage kind of things, and which things are very interesting that I did not find in any other custom ROM, at least by default. That would be Dolby Atmos. It is really there by default, and the sound output on this ROM is one of the best, if not like the most amazing thing. Like I don't know, I'm not an audiophile, but I have been liking the sound everywhere on this ROM. Like from the loudspeakers, from headphones, like wired headphones, Bluetooth headphones, this one works with everything. Whenever you connect a device like a wired headset, it will show wired headset connected or something, or like if you connect to a Bluetooth headset, it will show up over here. So that is very cool. And here you can switch between this music and movie, and you don't have to do that. You can use this smart audio, and the audio like quality over here is so amazing, and it is very loud actually. So I like usually was using the audio level at 60% most of the time whenever I'm connected to a headset, and the sound output is like great. And you can also choose between these things. Let me show you. You can choose these presets over here, so that is very cool in my opinion. And these presets actually does work super fine, and you can customize that too if you want to. I have never faced any issues with sound on this ROM. Now the next thing that I want to show you would be the default screen refresh rate. As you can see, it is set to 66 fps or 66 Hz over here, as you are noticing. So display is a little bit overclocked here by default. So let me show you some gameplay footage that I have over here. I did play some games, and this is like Legends kind of game. I found it on Play Store. I'll give the link for that in the description box below. And the experience over here on this game was very good. It was pretty smooth while playing, and thus little bit of stutters that you are noticing because like I was recording the screen at the same time at 24 Mbps. That's the max you can screen record over here on this ROM with like 2160 by 1080p resolution, the 24 Mbps and 60 fps everything. So everything at max settings over here the screen recording was at. So that is why the screen record might be looking a little bit choppy, but like in actual gaming experience you can see the fps on the top left. The gaming experience was pretty good, and I did like the like refresh rate over here overall. So if you're a gamer or something, this ROM might be definitely helpful for you, because on the Redmi K20 Pro you don't find all like most of the ROMs are like 60 Hz by default. This is 66. I know this is only 6 Hz like improvement or 6 fps improvement, but that is better than 0 of course. So the gaming performance over here should be great if you're playing games on this particular ROM. If the game supports like above 60 Hz, or this game as here supports 120 Hz up to, I guess. And this game was actually working flawlessly here with like the highest settings, and I was about getting 60 plus like fps all the time on the game. So yeah, even for PUBG and stuff this would be really good, but PUBG does not simply support up like above 60 Hz, I guess, yet. And here is the end-to-end Geekbench score of this ROM. Now let me talk about some more things. That would be the in-call volume over here for video calls in some apps like Duo or WhatsApp video calls and stuff. Those things still had the same problems which you get in all the OSS vendor ROMs. The mic's quality from my end was not that good, so the other party was like having a hard time to hear me, and that is a bug of OSS vendor, I guess, in my opinion. And even there is that bug whenever you connect a wired headset which has volume rockers. If you press the volume rockers, that like does not decrease or increase the volume. That bug is still present over here since this ROM is based on OSS vendor. So if you're flashing this ROM, that's all you need to keep in mind. If you don't need those things, you're good to go. If you wanna just game, you can definitely flash this ROM in my opinion. Now let me show you the general things over here. The double tap to sleep anywhere is working totally fine. Now let me show you the double tap to wake, again works totally fine. Let me show you the fingerprint scanner speed over here. As you can see, unlocked. Let's do it from the left thumb and unlocked. Just notice the fingerprint scanner speed over here. I think it is like one of the fastest fingerprint scanner that I have seen, and it unlocks like 100% of the time. The accuracy is amazing. Never faced any issues in this ROM while unlocking the like device with the fingerprint scanner. Let's try with the night light turned on, and here as you can see, unlocked. Now let's try with the left hand thumb, night light turned on and unlocked. Now I'll try from the lock screen, unlocked. Now I'll try from the lock screen again with the left thumb and unlocked. So as you can see, the unlocking speed here, I never faced any issues with that. Now let me show you the quick settings panel. This is how it looks like. You can add multiple toggles from here, of course. There is also NFC and stuff. This is an Indian device. This does not have NFC, but if you have a global Redmi K20 Pro, you can use that. And we have more quick toggles, as you are noticing. We have this themes toggle too, so that's really good. DC dimming and stuff is there. Dolby Atmos toggle is there. And I have added the screen recorder and FPS counter over here. So let me show you. This is the Oxynoise kind of screen recorder. And here I have like all the resolution, bitrate changing option, then the number of frames, internal or the microphone audio changing option. So yeah, everything you get over here. And also here we have the FPS counter, so it does show up while like you have it enabled. So you can see the screen refresh rate over here. As you can see, it is right now going above 65 or 66 FPS over here, so that you can get pretty much. Now inside settings, inside Raven's layer, we have all the customizations here, and the customizations over here I do not have any issues either. They are great. Inside notifications, we have heads up disabling options, smart replies, etc. Noise and notification, charging animation is there, vibrate on plug or unplug, I have disabled that. And notification ticker, you can have that. Edge lighting option is there, blink flashlight, etc. is there. Let me go back to the MISC settings. We have the rounded corners, then screen animation, screenshot type, and you can set the screenshot type to take full screenshot and extended screenshot from here. And screen of animation set to CRT right now. And we have the scrolling cast, gaming mode, and sensor block per package and stuff. Pocket detection is there if you want that. Swipe to screenshot is here. So let me show you. This is the Asus kind of screenshot where you get long edit, share, or delete option. And here we have the when headset connected, you can have this headset only if music is active and stuff. This is for the incoming call ringtone and stuff, I guess. And then we have the dashboard customization setting for dashboard icons. Let me go back to the lock screen settings, and here we have the lock screen items at first, and lock screen style is there. So I have customized it a bit. You can see what I changed over here. That is why my always on display or the lock screen looks like this. If you guys wanted to know how it looks like this in like my setup, this is how like I have set it. I have set it to semi bold and then change the font size to 85 dp, and I have the like date style with this dark with accent borders and stuff. That is why I have those like kind of lock screen clock. Let me go back. We have the lock screen charging info and stuff, and I have set it to flash, and you can disable status bar in lock screen if you want that. Hide lock icon is there. Double tap on lock screen to sleep is there. Lock screen charging info does appear, and that does work. And here we have the media artwork and stuff. By the way, the 18W fast charging is working fine here. And in the fingerprint scanner preference, we have this fingerprint unlock or the always unlock with the fingerprint scanner, but this simply does not work for me. I don't know why. Yes, my storage is decrypted, but the fingerprint scanner simply does not appear when I reboot the device. So I have to enter the pin, then I can unlock with the fingerprint scanner, of course. So as you can see right now, I have just rebooted the device and it does not show me the fingerprint icon over here. But I did have the face unlock set up. So right now, if I just swipe up, as you can see, it does not even pop out the front camera and stuff. So yep, even though I have that fingerprint scanner always unlock enabled, this thing does not let me unlock the device. So I have to enter my pin once after rebooting at least. Here we have the icon manager, and we get only these 4 icons for the like fingerprint scanner icon. And make sure you set this like fingerprint scanner color to this MIUI white or Vivo YOLO. That way like you can have the fastest fingerprint scanner over here in my opinion. And I have changed this recognizing animation style to Aurora. Looks very beautiful in my opinion. Now let me go into the status bar section, and here we have the battery options, and in here we have the charging LED aggressive battery. Battery bar is there if you want to enable that. Battery location, and then the battery estimates. You can change the battery icons to these many icons, and there is the battery percentage. You can choose it to be next to the icon or inside the icon. Let me go back. We have the carrier label customization, then we have the clock options. This is the status bar clock customization, and we have the icon manager. So inside status bar icons, we have the headset, Bluetooth, etc. icons, and then there is the notification count, signal icon switch and stuff. And of course we have the 4G icon, VoLTE icon, VO Wi-Fi icon and stuff. Then we have the roaming indicator is there. And let me go back. From here we have the custom logo, and the Bluetooth battery stats are there. It does appear. And here we have the quick setting panel, and there is the quick pull down over here. You can set it to pull down status bar from right or left side. And we have the smart pull down OSS clear all button is there. So if you have a notification, it has that like circular clear all notification like kind of button. And we have the quick setting footer text disabling option, edit icon and stuff is there. And then there is the quick setting tint if you want to use that. Header image option is also there. And we have the quick setting layout. This is the like column and row number customization. And we have the animations of the quick toggles. Then we have the brightness slider position and stuff, then brightness controls. And this brightness control by sliding a finger on the status bar is there, and this works amazingly well. So you should not worry about this. Here we have the traffic indicators. This does work, but I have been using a separate app for this. And let me right now go into the hardware settings. Here we have the buttons, and screen off power button toggle torch is there. You can set it to double tap or long press to toggle torch. And then we have the volume steps. You can customize it if you want to. Then the volume dialog and stuff is there. Volume panel on left, you can set that. Right now I have it turned on. So right now, as you can see, this is how the volume panel looks like, and you can expand it just like this. And this is how it looks whenever you're like increasing or decreasing. Well, I don't know why it is flickering over there, but yeah, this volume panel does work super fine, no issues with this. And we have the music control and reorient and stuff is there. And we have the navigation mode over here, and pulse on navigation bar is there. If you're using 2 or 3 button navigation, this will appear. And again, we have the system navigation over here, and extended swipe action is there. If you want to set a custom action for this back swipe, I guess this will work over here. Haptic feedback is there. If you want to have that, you can enable this, or it is enabled by default. I have disabled it actually. Let me go back to the power menu. We have the AOSP like kind of animation, or you can set it to any kind of animation for the power menu itself. And there we have the advanced reboot. So let me show you. Here we have the advanced reboot. So if I tap here, I can directly reboot to recovery or fast boot from here. So that's all the customizations. And here inside themes, you have the accent color and the background color and stuff. So we have this accent picker from where you can choose any kind of custom accent color as you're liking. And then there is the font type. And as you can see, there are a plethora of fonts over here. You don't need to worry about fonts at all over here. Plethora of options. Icon shapes, you can change it to these many options. So this is not like lesser at all. And here we have the quick setting styles, and we get even plethora of options for the toggle tiles over here. So yeah, and we have the status bar and quick setting icons. You can change that. And quick setting header style, you can change it to accent color or something if you want that. And switch style, you can change that too. This is the toggles on the settings, so you can change it to 1+ or something if you would like. And we have the system like theme. I have set it to pitch black. Whenever I like have the dark theme, it goes to that AMOLED kind of black. So yeah, looks good. And you can schedule this to like however you like. And let me go back. We have the network settings, and inside mobile network, let me show you. Here we have the Wi-Fi calling, so you can use that if you want to. In the battery settings, this is how it looks like, and it does have that Evolution X kind of thing where it shows the battery temperature, the charging cycle, current battery capacity, and the design battery capacity. Now, talking about the battery life, I would say it is not as good as that like AOSP extended Quartz 4 or something. But yes, this battery life is decent. You can get about 7 to 8 hours of screen on time easily on this ROM. You won't need to worry. And you can see I got about 3 hours and 41 minutes of screen on time, and I have 60% juice left. So that means the battery life would be decent in my opinion. And we also have this battery saver, adaptive or auto battery kind of thing. And then the battery charge warning and smart charging is there. Let me go back to the display settings. This is how it looks like. Again, that animation looks very beautiful. And here we have the lock screen display and always on display and stuff is there. There is also this custom option if you want to have that, and you can change the always on display brightness from here. Let me go back, and we have the adaptive or auto brightness settings, and we have the styles and wallpapers. And from here we have the clocks, and as you can see, we have some custom clocks. And inside wallpapers, this is how it looks like. We have this on device wallpaper, and there is no live wallpaper like at all. So yeah, that's how it is. And we have the screen timeout, and you can set that to however you want. Rotation settings are there. You can have the 180-degree rotation if you want to. Double tap to wake is there, and wake up on plug, you can disable that from here. And then we have the font size, display size, the DPI, and the DC dimming mode over here. Next we have the sound settings, and even in sound, as you can see, it shows this kind of animation. And here we have the call volume and stuff, of course. But then we also have the Mi Audio Direct, and here we have the Youth Edition and stuff. I have been using with the Youth Edition. This works flawlessly with my Mi dual driver headphones. You can have the sound preset and stuff. Then the Hi-Fi Audio Direct is there too. You can disable the screenshot sound, touch vibration, etc. And then inside vibrate and haptics, we have the in-call vibration if you want to, then vibrate for calls, vibrate for notifications, etc. And then we have this kind of ringtone vibration pattern changing option. And inside security, let me show you. We have the face unlock, but we do not simply have any app lock, so you gotta keep that in mind. Let me show you the face unlock now. Now let's just quickly set up the face unlock. Now I'll just double tap on the home screen. Now I'll just double tap again, and as you can see, it unlocks. It pops out the camera automatically by default, as you can see, and it unlocks the device. So that is very cool. Let me go into the settings of the face unlock again, and yeah, we do have this swipe to unlock feature. So if you turn this feature on, then if you like go into the always on display and double tap to wake, Right now I have to swipe up, otherwise the camera won't pop out. So I have to swipe up now, and right now as you can see, it pops out the camera and unlocks the device. Now let me open some of the apps and show you guys the app of speeds and the RAM management here. Let's open Twitter, Play Store, YouTube, Instagram, and now let's open Amazon, Flipkart, Mi Store, this Dolby Atmos. Now let's open the DRM info, and let me quickly show you. This DRM info shows as level 1 here, so you don't need to worry about Netflix or Amazon Prime's 1080p here. And the safety net status, and as you can see, it passes the safety net test. So that means you can use banking apps right out of the box here, so you do not need to worry about setting up your Google Pay and something. I did set up my Google Pay and it has been working fine here. Now what did I not open? Okay, I opened Instagram. Let's open Home, Spotify. Did I open YouTube? No, I guess. So let's open it, and right now let's open all those apps from memory again. Okay, so Twitter reloaded, Play Store is there in memory, YouTube is in memory, Instagram still in memory, Spotify in memory, Google Home in memory, and let's open this Dolby Atmos in memory. Okay, I have to double tap over here. Maybe this is a launcher issue or something. This Amazon app reloaded, so yeah, it is not there in memory. Even Flipkart reloaded, Mi Store is in memory. Let's open all these apps from memory again and see. Okay, so memory management is decent. It's not like too amazing because it closed some apps there. But yes, in my personal usage, I did not face any issues in daily driving with like memory management and stuff. I was archiving some stuff. So yeah, as you can see, this safety net status like kind of thing reloaded too. So yeah, it is closing right now some apps, but in my personal usage, when I was using it, I did not face any issues with the memory management. So that's been it, guys. That's about it for the review of the CorvusOS latest build on the Redmi K20 Pro. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this ROM. Thank you so much for watching again. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. This is Tito from KD and X signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.